And welcome to tonight's workshop. We are very excited. We're so excited to welcome you all. We've got a great workshop in store for you to help you understand how to unlock the power of your mind.
We also are giving away the big scholarship. So if you're excited, in the chat, let us know. Let us know where you are in the world, how you're feeling tonight out of 10. Blow up the chat so we can see everyone interacting. I'm not sure if you can read everyone's comments, but we can. So make sure you do so we can see them. If you don't know how to use Zoom, which is probably pretty rare, there will be a little square at the bottom with a little bit of a thing there. Just click on that and let us know how you're going.
See how you go in the chat now. I think we had to adjust the settings on that, but we are so excited. Oh my gosh, we have been blown away by how many people have applied for this scholarship. And honestly, it took us hours reading through all of your applications. And I know that there are so many people that would benefit so much from this training. We are going to give you so much value tonight. I promise you, whether you're the lucky winner of the scholarship or not, tonight you are going to have your mind expanded, your potential expanded. We're also going to have a special offer for you all on tonight. So stick around till the end, and we're going to be doing something really fun. We've decided to do something fun tonight.
We are also, had so many applications, and I think 150 people entered. So thank you for entering. Not everyone can make it on tonight. We get that. And there will be a replay, but we're going to be announcing it live to the superstars that are on. And so if you're on, you already have eliminated half the list. But we're going to do what's called a live dial. So if you've ever seen old school radio or like morning breakfast TV where they call someone and they have to answer with, what do you have to answer?
I'm ready to evolve.
So we're going to dial later on in this workshop. And if you answer with, I'm ready to evolve, then you have won the scholarship. Okay. So have your phones ready. We've got all the numbers here ready to dial later. So stick around, stay tuned. We're going to get to that soon. And so if someone calls you, it could be your mom, it could be like a relative, whoever it is, you still need to answer that and just hang up on them and then make sure that it's us when we call so that you're ready to go. But tonight, we're also going to cover some cool ideas and concepts that are going to help you to unlock the power of your mind. So if you're excited about that, put it in the chat. Let us know. I am really excited to be giving away the prize, but because we had so many entries, we've also decided to be extra generous.
We are giving away 50% off runner-up prizes. So that means that instead of the normal pay in full price of $4,500 for our NLP and timeline therapy practitioner course, you will get it for $2,250, which is an amazing kickstart to someone, because actually so many people's applications were, I've been wanting to do this for so long, but I've been making excuses. And this is the nudge I needed to make it a priority. I mean, just on a personal note, I caught up with my hairdresser today. She will not mind me sharing. She's been in my world for the last 8 years. And honestly, for the last 7.5 years, she has just had toxic relationships. She's had so many things go on. And seeing her today, she said, my whole life has changed. The way I parent has changed. My relationship with my ex and how we co-parent. I've attracted a new partner that my relationship, I feel no anxiety around. I'm not controlling it. Her eating habits have changed. Like every facet of her life has changed because she studied with us. And I want that for as many of you as possible. Paul and I are really passionate about changing the belief system in our society that you have to have problems and trauma and carry that stuff for your whole life. Like what we see in our NLP and our hypnotherapy trainings are people literally letting go of things that they've carried for such a long time. And these tools not only transformed our own life, but the lives of thousands of people we've taught. And so that's why we're so excited to share this gold with you tonight and give you a taster.
And so if this is your first time ever being at a workshop with us, let us know. I know that a lot of people are messaging. Not everyone can see all your messages. Some people are directing messaging to us. Some are posting so everyone can see it. Let us know if this is your first time. It's exciting to meet you. I think, is it cool if we give just a quick little snippet of our life so you know our background and why we got into this?
Yes.
Well, number one, I'd like to welcome you. My name's Paul Eliseo. If you've seen me before, fantastic. If you haven't, I've been doing this for nearly 20 years now. Started off as a personal trainer, pretty quickly realized that a lot of people's challenges and roadblocks weren't what they were eating and weren't the exercise. It was a lot of their mental, emotional challenges, the beliefs, the self-sabotage patterns, the emotions underlying why they weren't doing things and why they were doing certain things. So I started working on that. But prior to that, I had gone through my own personal transformation. I basically couldn't leave my bedroom. I was afraid of the world. And I had really bad anxiety and panic attacks. So these skills that I teach now are the things that changed my life. I brought it into my business, changed my clients' lives. I became PT of the year, and pretty quickly other trainers wanted to learn what I was doing. So I started teaching and traveling all around Australia, now teaching around the world, helping people to shift their mind and body with the skills and techniques that we teach. And then I'm lucky enough to work and with my partner and spend my whole life doing this and changing people's lives. And
we actually just got off a podcast interview like 5 minutes ago, and we were asked about how we met, and it's actually a really beautiful story. But I always say that like meeting you, it was like my world went from black and white to multicolor, three-dimensional. 10 years ago, I was in such a different situation. Well, 11 years ago, I ended a marriage. I had gone through such bad, debilitating anxiety, and I'd really started my personal development journey. And I started noticing patterns and themes. And the patterns and themes I noticed in my corporate background was that the people who were leaders in their own life and the people who were really living a conscious, designed life, the people who were really taking action and standing out from everyone else and truly living, compared to, there's a lot of people who are alive, but they're not really living, right? The difference in the pattern that I noticed was that they had all studied this thing called NLP. And I was like, what on earth is that? And then I was so fortunate enough as well, through my kind of transformational journey in the space of 12 months, I'd ended my marriage. I quit my job in that same 12-month period, and I met you, and it just turned my whole life upside down. I realized so much about myself. I let go of so much crap that wasn't even me. It was layers of illusions, layers of bullshit, layers of beliefs that I had built up through this thing called life. And letting those things go, I think the only thing I can say is once you learn how to actually shift and let go of those things, and you learn some of the things we're going to share with you tonight, you want to shout it from the rooftops, because you just see people struggling and staying stuck in patterns that they don't have to be. And that's what we're really passionate about. Obviously, in the last 10 years as well, through relaunching my own life and now working alongside my beautiful partner in business and life, Paul, I have helped publish, I've published 2 best-selling books on Amazon, Relaunch My Life and Evolve Your Mind. Paul's going to go find one now to show you. And I've also helped over 10 authors publish their own books through my book writing course and book writing retreats. And yeah, it's just such a joy and a privilege to be able to do my true calling and soul's work. And that's really what I desire for people, is to do what you were born to do and actually unravel that and let go of those fears and illusions. And so we're really excited to be talking to you all,
because one of you lucky superstars will get a chance to jump into our training with us to go on the life-changing journey that is NLP and timeline therapy practitioner. It's super excited. So we're so lucky. We get to teach globally. We have a company with 10 staff now. We have not only students, but even staff all around the world, which was super lucky. We've got Europe, we've got Philippines, we've got people from all over the world, which are helping us help other people evolve. But our students are literally all over the globe, and we're lucky enough to be able to have the power of the internet to share the message and to help them help people as well, because a lot of them do work with people globally as well.
And I think, the industry in terms of coaching and even the concepts of NLP and hypnotherapy, there are other companies out there teaching those things. But I think the thing that sets us apart is we are really powerful at helping our students really transform their own lives. It's not just about getting a piece of paper to help others. It's also walking the walk, talking the talk, doing your own inner work in that process. And we always say, like, our students, our community, they've got a reputation, and it's a great one. It's this reputation that they have really embodied what it means to not only, learn what NLP is and hypnotherapy is, but actually receive the direct transformation of it. And just like dental hygiene, we have to brush our teeth every day, we talk about with all of our students the mental hygiene. You've got to keep doing the inner work, because life is always bringing us new challenges and obstacles. But tonight, what we're going to share with you is how to level up through the repeated patterns that are coming through to you, and how to actually create change and really unlock the power of your mind and body as well.
And seeing a lot of love in the chat from people that have met our students, know our students, and they're here because they've been recommended.
They're pretty awesome.
Our students, this is one thing we're excited about as well.
Yeah.
Like, we obviously can work one-on-one with a lot of people and we teach people, but the ripple effect that this kind of work has on people that are family with our students, that are friends with them, that are their clients, it just echoes through reality, and it helps so many people. When you level up, it affects everyone you know. So I know sometimes people get funny about taking time, spending money on working on themselves, and they sometimes get a bit, it's a bit selfish. But when you fill yourself up and when you shift the things that are holding you back, you show up as a better version of yourself. So we're really excited for people to do that. And so our vision and mission is to help over 1 million people to evolve, to let go of their past, to feel empowered in the present, and to create their future, to let go of the things that maybe they're person that they went to said they could never get rid of, actually let it go and to learn from it and to grow through and from it into who they can be.
And as part of that vision, we obviously understand that people have different challenges and obstacles that sometimes block them from being able to fully dive in and commit. And that's why we've got really affordable entry-level stuff to be able to support people, like our book, which is on Spotify and Audible and all those platforms, Kindle as well as we've got, money mindset courses, things to help people overcome those first barriers so that they can really clear that pathway and they can dive in and actually, invest in themselves and their growth and their evolution. And so I'm just so excited. I can see the chat just blowing up here, and I'm so excited, for us as well with our vision. We not only want to help other people evolve, we obviously want to help through our courses and programs, but we also spoke recently about wanting to start our own charity. And we thought, well, how can we already have an inkling of that? Well, we can do what we're doing tonight. We can give a scholarship place. We have never done this before, so we're really excited. And
it's almost like every time we do a giveaway, we get even more crazy. And so we went real crazy this time, but capitalize on our temporary insanity and join us for a training, because it literally will make the hugest difference. Tonight, I want to stretch you, because anytime I get a group of people, I want to educate and inspire you as much as possible. So I thought it'd be really cool tonight to help you unlock the power of your unconscious mind, to tap into your potential and talk about some of the key things that are keeping people stuck. So what are the 3 main reasons why you don't have what you want in your life? Let us know if you want to know that, because I think for a lot of people, they're creating problems. They, a bit of a Groundhog Day. They're stuck in a rut. They, keep having the same thing over and over again, and they can't seem to break out of the certain patterns they're stuck in. So I want to kind of identify those, because sometimes awareness is transformative, right? But once you know that, go into the 3 key shifts that you need to know and you need to make to start creating your destiny. Because for a lot of people, they don't even know that's possible, but once you know them, you can do them, right? And then go into the 3-step system that we teach in the NLP training that we'll be giving away, that you could be a part of, on how to actually do it. Because a lot of people know that it's possible, that they don't know how to do it, and they don't know how you can go from where you are to where you want to get to. And we've been doing it for decades now. I'm almost up to 20 years doing this with people.
Turns the big 4.
I know, it's kind of scary. Don't let the Zoom filters fool you. But like, I've been doing this for a long time, and you cannot convince me that you cannot change and have what you want in life. I've worked with people that have been given up on by, medical profession, given up on by the people that they have been to and seen, the world experts, so they could never change. And we've got them there. And they've gone not only to get past or through their challenge, but actually to start moving towards better relationships, better health, better business. And so I've seen it's possible, and I want that for you. So at the end of the workshop, we're going to announce the winner, and also the 2 runner-up prizes as well, which is cool. But
we also have a special offer for everyone else. So
yeah, we want to help you evolve.
You're all winners, and you're all going to be given an opportunity tonight. So
level 40, I love that.
Let's dive in. Yeah. So let's have a chat about the 3 main reasons you don't have what you want currently in life. So Paul, what would be reason number 1?
Well, number 1 is that a lot of people don't realize, but unconsciously, they're stuck in the Groundhog Day, repeating the same emotional cycles. And a lot of people will realize and notice that there's certain triggers in their life. It might be their boss, it might be their partner, it might be their kids. And they'll think that those people are the reason for them feeling that way. But the truth is, the people in the external world are normally just hooks for your projections. They unconsciously get your own feelings they're pushing the buttons of what's happening in you. And those buttons were first created usually early on in your life. So a lot of people are replaying their blueprint. Usually what happened in their world, what they saw as a kid, what they believe about relationships, what they think about money, what they think about, what it means to be a person in their reality with a job and all those things. You have that kind of model built into your mind pretty early on from what you see and what you hear and what you feel as a kid. And so we usually live our life replaying and recreating the same patterns and themes over and over again. And this is why a lot of people get stuck, because they can't outthink their feelings. And so they get triggered emotionally, and they start regressing, and they start shutting down their brain and start being emotionally responsive instead of reactive. They're reactivated by the problem instead of responding and choosing consciously to create their life, because they're in an unconscious pattern. They're basically unconsciously sleeping through life, creating the same problems and the same patterns over and over again.
And so what's really common is when people have something happen, let's say someone's boss at work is rude to them in their perception, right? Because reality is happening. We filter the reality that's happening around us, and we will create an internal story of, oh, my boss was rude to me. They don't like me, for example. That will create an emotional response in you. Maybe you're not feeling good enough and feeling, you know, a bit shut down, for example. That is something that when someone goes to maybe say traditional counseling or psychology or something, they will talk about the most recent thing that has just happened. And they'll talk about that, and maybe they'll get some resolution or some clarity around that one isolated event. But what we're not looking at when we're talking about something that's just happened recently is, well, how is that a ripple from your life, and how is that a pattern in your life, for example? And so a really great simple example is I was having a conversation with someone just recently, and they had talked about how they had they'd changed jobs because they had been workplace bullying. And not 2 minutes before, they had talked about how in their childhood they had been bullied at school, and they hadn't put those two pieces of the puzzle together in their life narrative. And so what happens when we're living our life is we often can't see our own, not so much blind spots, but we can't see the own patterns that keep replaying. And much of our life is like a fractal of what's happened in our childhood rippling out over our adult life. And we wonder why it's happening. And so being stuck in those emotional cycles, it keeps getting reactivated until we can actually heal it, until we can actually let that go.
You'll tend to repeat what you haven't repaired. So we go through cycles and revolutions until we go through quantum leaps and evolution. So your emotional unhealed patterns will repeat themselves. It's like you don't get to graduate at school until you pass the test. And so until you've integrated and resolved those emotions, you tend to keep replaying them. And that's a great question. Success and happiness can be triggered. You have someone in your life that you love. Every time you see them, bang, you'll feel that sense of love and gratitude for seeing that person's face. A song that you like, that can be a trigger too. So we have positive and negative triggers in life. Most people don't tend to get stuck on the positive, and that normally not creating the challenges in life. But what most people do is they focus on the do-do. They focus on the crap, the problems, and that creates some things. And that also leads us into the second reason why people get stuck.
And I want to just remind you and pre-frame that our shortest training is 7 days, and we've got like 45 minutes.
We're doing our best to give you an overview
tonight, and we're trying to keep it shorter.
And
so
these
that we
aren't
can
the only three reasons. These are 3 reasons that I wanted to share, because I think a lot of people are getting light bulbs. If you get light bulbs, like a lot of the superstars that are listening tonight are doing, comment them, because every time you hear something, if you think about it and you write it, it helps you to cement it. And if you express what you've just heard, it's going to land with you better. And we want you to get as much out of tonight as possible.
Yeah. So let's talk about the second reason, Paul. And so limiting beliefs is something that gets thrown around a lot. Even, you know, on social media these days, people talk about, you've got to change your limiting beliefs. And I think it's one thing to recognize that there's a pattern or a limiting belief, but it's a whole other thing to know how to actually shift it and change it, right? So talk a little bit about how limiting beliefs are stopping people from getting the results they want.
So most people don't live up to their potential, okay? And the reason why they don't is because they have a limit on it. They've got a glass ceiling that's been created in their potential. So you may have heard the metaphor or the story that if you have fleas and you put them in a container and you put a roof on them, they'll only jump to a certain height. And then if you remove that lid, even though they can jump way higher, they'll only jump to the same height. The same thing happens when you have a limiting belief. And a limiting belief could be something like, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve that. I can't do that. I'm not worthy of that. And there may be things that you heard or you heard someone say about you as a kid. There could be a decision that you made early on in life because you just did or said something that, you know, at the time may have triggered your parents or whatever, and they turned to you and in a quick thing said something and it stuck with you your whole life. So you may never be taking the actions, may never be stepping up, putting your hand up, moving forward and growing because you've put this artificial ceiling on what's possible for you. Even though there's this much more capacity, you may not be stepping into it because of what's called learned helplessness. The same thing happens when you've got an elephant, a baby elephant. If you tie a rope to its leg, that little elephant can't break free. It's stuck to the ground and it's anchored down to it. The same thing happens to you when you're a kid. You get this little thing and it keeps you stuck. But the truth is you grow up over life, just like the elephant does. And the elephant could rip a tree out. It could knock a building down and take the wall out. But the second it puts that same thing around its leg that it had when it was a kid and it learned, when this is on me, I can't move, it's stuck. Even though it's like 2 tons and could literally accidentally flip a car, when that one thing gets wrapped around a leg, it's stuck. The same thing is happening for you in your life. You maybe haven't outgrown some of the beliefs that you had early on that have kept you stuck. And now you could do that thing easily, but because of this artificial glass ceiling, this learned helplessness, you're actually not fully going for that thing you want, making decisions, taking the actions, and creating what you want in life because of this mental prison that you're stuck in, this mind virus that's making your operating system glitch and not making it run smooth and for you to do the things that you want to do in life.
And that sounds really full on, but for us, we get really excited when someone does discover something that's blocking them, because we know, like for us, we love equipping and empowering people to build a tool belt and skill set to know how to actually shift and clear these things. We have amazing master coaches, as well as we obviously teach our trainings, which people say is like worth 5 years of therapy of actually getting into these things and knowing how to clear them. And then what starts to happen is, if you think about a belief cycle, when something happens and we have limited belief, it becomes a perpetuating cycle where we actually start feeling worse and worse about ourselves. And then we start almost like snowballing other limiting beliefs. Oh, well, because I didn't do that, that means I'm not worthy. And because I'm not worthy, that means now I can't take action in this and I'll never be successful. And it starts going that way.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. Prophecy. Thank you.
Yes.
The moment that we actually learn how to shift these things about ourselves, something profound happens as a human. It's like you can tap back into that potential that you were born with, that is the real you, and you can start realizing the illusion that it is, that these layers of beliefs are that feel really real, because we are programmed, and this is why this workshop is called Unlocking the Power of Your Mind, right? Your subconscious is programmed through your beliefs, through your life, through your memories, through your experiences, but it doesn't have to be your future. And I always say, if you take yesterday's beliefs into today, you're just going to create more of the past. And so if you want to start creating a life that's full of what you desire, which if you couldn't achieve it, you couldn't have the desire for it, right? So that desire that you have is the aspect and part of you that knows that you were made for more. The moment you start letting go of those beliefs, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of, well, if I could let that go, that means I can do anything. And that means now I can start, and it starts snowballing in a useful way. And that's what we're passionate about helping humans connect to.
And one great metaphor I like to say about that is, when I was a kid, I used to wear Ninja Turtle pajamas, right? And I loved them. I'd wear them every day.
Yes.
But if I kept wearing them through life, what would happen? It would be uncomfortable for me because they'd be restricting and they'd be, kind of keeping me stuck and I couldn't really move. But also it'd be kind of scary for other people to look at. Would that be fair to say, if I was wearing the same pajamas I had as a kid? So you may have outgrown some of these beliefs. You may be needing to update your current software, the way you see yourself. And other people can sometimes see your limitations, but you are comfortable in them because you've had them for so long. And sometimes because it's comfortable doesn't mean it's useful, doesn't mean it's creating what you want. And so we're really passionate, like Juliet said, about shifting those beliefs so you can step into what suits you now for the results you want to create in your life. Because what got you here won't get you there. And the coping mechanisms and the belief systems that you may have had may be like the old operating system, just like your computers. They may have been running old programs, but now when you upgrade them to the faster, the quicker software, you can now access and do more things. The same thing with your mind and your body. When you upgrade the software you're operating with, you see a different world. You've got access to different things. It unlocks a whole different reality that you may have been shutting off, because what your beliefs do is they create blind spots. They're like putting a filter on how you see the world. So if you believe you can't, you're going to reinforce and create that reality. You're going to delete the opportunities that are there and right in front of you. You've probably seen it in your friends and your family. Some people will only see the bad things. Other people will only see the good things. But that's a byproduct of their beliefs and their past experiences. And as you shift them, the world around you will change because you're changing the way you look at it. And that's super powerful.
I think that's just such a good reminder. What we filter for, we find. And so doing this kind of inner work, doing this kind of clear out work means you start filtering for a different reality. And that's something that once it's experienced, you really start to notice that you can start attracting opportunities, people, different things to you that before you were unconsciously deleting out without even realizing it. So reason number 2, I think we're going to keep spinning through. We're doing good. The chat's blowing up.
Yeah.
Exactly. And as you're listening to this, just like tune into your body,
and even
as
think
well.
of which ones you might currently have and which ones you think you might need to shift to get what you want in life as well.
Yes, cool. Good to see. Thank you everyone for being so interactive as well. So number 3 reason.
This is a big one. Where focus goes, energy flows. Okay. And for a lot of people, when you ask them how they're doing, they'll go straight to their drama. They'll tell you all the bad things that are happening in life, all the problems they have, all the challenges, all their pain. And the more you look for something, the more you find it. The nervous system is wired to search for these things, right? And a lot of people spend time reinforcing their excuses why they can't have what they want. So what I say is you can either be focused on your dreams or your drama. Which one would you rather? Because it doesn't take any more energy to create the life you want and your dreams versus just reinforcing the story, the past, the problem over and over again. And so for a lot of people, their drama is so big, they don't have any energy left to take action on their dream. So we're really passionate about helping people let go of the emotional attachment to the past so they can actually have energy in the present moment to create what they want and to move forward, because emotion equals energy in motion. And if you've got a lot of emotional energy that's negative, that's trapped, that's shutting you down, you're not going to be able to use and invest that energy in what you want to create. And so for a lot of people, when they shift their emotions, they actually start getting energy in the form of time, space, physical energy, but also start attracting more money to actually put towards their dreams. And so they usually get a promotion, or they get more clients, or they start finding things and attracting better things in their life. Because when you're focused on your goals and dreams, the universe conspires to help you to get them. Because what you focus on expands. Where focus goes, energy flows. And the more you focus on your dream, the more you're going to find ways to get there, the more you're going to be reinforced and supported in it. So this is a powerful concept.
And it's much easier to focus on your dreams if you have cleared the first two reasons. Of course, if you've got funky emotions going on, if you've got limiting beliefs, like I've worked with people that literally at their core level feel like they're not worthy of happiness. Right? Think about the kind of life you would filter for and the kind of reality someone would create if they don't believe that. It's going to be very hard to focus on dreams. So this is why in all of our trainings and even with our coaches, we learn how to actually unpack these things. And we're going to talk about our 3-step process to help you actually overcome these things. But for now, maybe just comment 1, 2, or 3. Which one you think is your biggest? Is it emotional cycles? Is it limiting beliefs? Or is it not focusing on what you want? Yes.
Perfect. Some great comments. In the NLP practitioner timeline therapy training, we actually go into the Evolve manifestation model. We talk about the neuroscience and the quantum physics and the emotional energetic component of manifesting a reality, and how your body mind is an interactive, basically a quantum mechanical device, and the words you use reinforce those realities. So we actually shift reality by shifting the way you think and feel. Changing your personality changes your personal reality. All of those concepts, we dive heavily into those as well. Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Look, and we believe the more you interact, the more you take action, the more the universe rewards you, and we want to reward you tonight.
Yes, and my phone is ready to go, but we're nearly ready to make our live dial. But let's chat about the 3 shifts that you want to make to control.
So let's chat about these. The 3 most important shifts to make. Number 1 is about removing and really letting go of the past. So all of those things that we talked about, the emotional triggers from the early imprinting period and the blueprint you have of life, for a lot of people, that needs to go. Like the stuff you saw growing up, your parents did the best they can, but we don't realize that our parents are one of the most powerful hypnotists on the planet, and everything they say and do is like basically like a sponge being straight installed into your unconscious mind. And a lot of them weren't programmed into how to teach a human being to operate. They
also were not programmed in today's world.
No.
Either.
And so sometimes the maps and models of reality they're giving you are outdated. I like to use the metaphor of, if you're on this and you know what I'm talking about, then laugh in the comments. If you ever learned to drive with the street directory, I don't know if you had to learn to drive with the street directory, but you'd get one and you'd have to turn to like page 17, A35, and then have your finger in all the different pages. And most of the time, the roads you were driving on weren't even in the map. The maps were outdated. So imagine getting a map of reality from your parents or your grandparents, and you have to navigate the world that you're in now based on the reality they had. I don't know about you, but the world has changed a lot in the last 50, 100 years. So a lot of them pass down the beliefs and their programming from an outdated world that you no longer exist in. And even your own beliefs, hasn't the world changed a lot in the last couple of years? Have you updated your beliefs to match the world, to match your new goals?
And I love to think of the analogy of like the monkey bars. Who's ever been on the monkey bars at school, right? And so as a child, if you're holding onto the monkey bars and you want to move forward, what have you got to do? In order to move forward, you've got to let go, right? And you've got to let go. And in that process of letting go, it's actually the momentum of letting go that allows you to move forward and reach towards your future. And so life is a constant process of holding on and letting go of the past so that you can hold on to that new dream and move forward. But we can't move forward if our energy is stuck in the past, because all we're going to do is keep recreating our past. And sometimes, I think a few of you in the chat have talked about that it can seem scary. And that's really common if you haven't created a vision of where you're wanting to go. But also it can seem scary if you haven't cleared up what we've talked about just before. Because if you've still got those emotions and those beliefs, it's going to seem scary because literally you're just moving into the same kind of reality, into the same future.
Really, creating the same past in the future, if it's not what you want, is very scary. So like Juliet said, getting clear on where you want to go definitely reduces that. But also,
we think it's scarier not to let go.
Exactly.
I think it's scarier not to change. Like some people think change is scary, but all you are is change. Everything's changing anyway. So let's chat about number 2.
Number 2, really getting into the reprogramming. So number 1, working out where it is letting go, but then reprogramming yourself to get the success that you actually want. Because I don't know about you, the way I was wired up growing up wasn't consciously designed and chosen. It was just the byproduct of all the things that happen around. I like to describe it as dodgem cars. When you play dodgem cars, everyone's just banging around doing stuff. There's no real intention. But taking a moment to go, okay, where do I want to go? And how do I reprogram yourself to get to where you want to go? Like, what are the things that you want to think and feel? How do you want to see the world? What beliefs do you want? And what do you want to move towards to give your unconscious mind clear directions? Because your unconscious mind is a goal-seeking mechanism. It needs clear instructions. It needs to be put into the GPS. I want to go here. And just like the technology we have now, if you put it into your Google Maps, it'll literally show you all the best ways to get there. But you need to know how to reprogram your mind to get from where you are to where you want to go, and it will help you get there. So this is huge.
Yes. And I absolutely want to acknowledge what I think Rachel in the chat has said is like, it feels like you've got the accelerator on full and the brakes on at the same time. And this is really common. Sometimes people have like a part of them that wants to change and let go, and a part of them that's afraid to, and that can be that sort of stop-start energy. And those are some things that we help when it comes to reprogramming, is so that you can actually clear that like inner fighting or inner conflict, and you can actually take action and feel more aligned and congruent in where you're wanting to go as well.
And really getting to the point where you feel empowered, confident, and have self-belief is huge. Because once you've got that confidence and self-belief, you actually back yourself, you actually take the actions to get yourself to where you want to go. So that is huge and vital. Yep.
Cool. Let's chat it up. Number 3.
So number 3, creating your future. This is something we're firm believers in. When you have a vision and it's linked to your values, you can create it. If you believe in it and you take consistent action, nothing can stop you, not even yourself. So getting clear on your future and actually programming your body mind to experience it as if it's real and as if it's happening now, so it knows what it feels like to do that, then you're just going to wait for reality to load. So you go out with that 100% certainty that you can make it happen. You're going to be unstoppable. And so we love watching our students walk out. We literally had a hypno class just the other week. We had a 1-week follow-up call with the students, and the success stories from the whole group, so much has changed.
Yeah.
And that was only 1 week after training. We had people that let go of lifelong fears. We had people that
had a business come through that they've been working on for 30 years.
And prior to the training had a brain injury that they basically had no memory when they first came back out of a coma. And they've
been in business meetings ever since.
They had basically,
we're going to interview him on our
there's
YouTube.
been life-changing, mind-blowing results. And every single person went from being afraid to go to the gym to getting offered a job when they went to the gym, like all these kind of super unbelievable results, all because people got clear on what they wanted and they moved towards it.
This is one thing that I love so much about you, is I know that you say, you know, if you sit down with anyone, you have half an hour with them, if they want to change, you know, you can help them get there. And that belief and uncertainty is, I've only ever seen it in like Tony Robbins, and that's about it. Right? It's amazing. But one of the really quick stories I want to tell was one of the students in the hypnotherapy training last week. She put her hand up for a demo. She was shaking. She said this was a 10 out of 10 problem for her that she wanted Paul's help with in one of the processes he was teaching. She had a fear of choking that was so visceral in her body because she had witnessed a sibling choking as a child. that she couldn't sit down and have family dinner with her kids. And she's got 3 kids. She couldn't sit down for the last 18 years and have family dinner with her kids because she couldn't watch them eating, because she would have that physical, anxious fight or flight response take over. She'd be too stressed. It would be
Imagine
horrible.
that, like not even be able to have
Stressful
dinner with your family for
families.
20 years,
I
right?
know. And then Paul demonstrated his amazing hypnotherapy, one of the processes for helping create healing at the unconscious level. And literally the next day she came into the course and she's like, I just sat down with my 3-year-old last night and we had dinner together. Like, it's changed my life. And a week on, she's like, it's totally gone. She's giving us permission to load it on our YouTube channel as well. So we're going to be sharing that.
A live demo of that.
Yeah. And so this is the type of thing that we as humans, we carry around these stories, these limitations, these beliefs, but we are infinitely powerful creators. And when given the opportunity to change, if we really desire it, we can step into that. And so this is where, and it might trigger maybe a few people, we really believe staying stuck is a choice. And so you have got opportunities. You've got opportunities to change, to move forward, to shift things, to change the story and to create your future. And that's what we're so passionate about educating people to do, because I think that that's what the world needs right now. We don't need more people feeling stuck and like there's no hope. We need people going, I believe that there's something possible. And personally, I remember being in my mid-20s and having such bad debilitating anxiety. I actually started to, and trigger warning, I started to understand why people would want to end their lives, because I couldn't even live in my own body. My anxiety was so bad. I didn't know what was going on. I felt out of control. And so this is why we do what we do, is those moments, those stories where someone's whole life, like now their family dynamic is different, and that ripple effect now is just huge. So the step 3 to realign your future is a huge one, and it's really only possible if you've done that clearing and that aligning and you've reset those things as well. So let's have a chat, because time is a ticking.
Yeah, it's going fast. Thank you all for sticking around. I know that we're getting close to the dialing time. We're getting there.
I actually have a phone number on my phone, and
You've
I think I'll do it on speaker. I'll do it on
this
speaker.
is going to be fun. This could go really well, or it could be a shit show. So stick around.
We're up for it. We're up for it. Hey, so our motto: have fun and get shit done.
Hey, look, so this is going to be fun either way. Let's go on the ride together.
Yes.
So our 3-step system that we teach in our trainings, how to help you evolve and how to help you to do these kind of things that we talked about. Let's talk it through. Number 1, we want to discover what's been holding you back. What are the beliefs? What are the emotions? What are the things that happened in your life that are basically keeping you stuck? Okay. And once we discover them, then we can do something about them. Once we go through that, we're going to start disconnecting those beliefs. We're going to start letting go and clearing those emotional patterns and triggers that have been holding you back. Any internal conflict, any sort of break that you have on your potential, we're going to completely release that so that you can be green lights and step on the accelerator. Then we want to help you design your destiny. Start connecting your mind and body and your goal and your vision together, aligning your values, allowing you to take action towards what you want. So that's really the 3 steps. It's actually that simple. A lot of people go, how can it be that easy? Well, we've been doing it for so long now. I don't understand why most people don't know this. Like, I'm spending my whole life with Juliet, going out there around the world.
We spend a lot of time together.
No, but like all we're doing is teaching people these things because we realize how powerful it is, and we want everyone to know. Like, we want to help over 1 million people to do these kind of things because we know the effect it's had on our personal life, but our students, and the ripple effect that it creates in all of their worlds. So we're so passionate.
We're very passionate, if you couldn't tell.
Because it is that easy. And a lot of people don't believe it because they've been brainwashed by society to think you have to be trapped in your trauma forever, that you can never change, that you're always going to be that way, or your diagnosis is your destiny. I don't believe that. If you put, like Juliet said, someone in front of me long enough, I will get them there if they want to do it. So I want you to do it. I want you to get to where you want to go. And that's why we're doing this giveaway, because we want to reach more people and we want to help as many people evolve as we can.
And so we want to chat about what the winner is going to win. And also for those of you who don't get that giveaway, it may also be that
it's so hard. There were so many good entries, and like everyone on tonight, I'm seeing so many good names that we read.
But
and
also there were a lot of you that said, I've been wanting to do this for like 7 years, 8 years. I've been following you guys for 10 years. Yes. And so, you know, also we do payment plans for all our courses. So it's like
for $99 a week, you could be in our world making those shifts.
You can totally just set up a payment plan. And like, we have a saying, we have a lot of little sayings. And one of our sayings is cool story, bro. Like, cool story. Like, is that creating the future you want? Telling yourself that story of, oh, I can't afford it. I believe with these tools, you can't afford not to,
Yes.
because it literally levels up the playing field on everything. Everything you interact with in your life interacts from you and what we've just talked about. And so your relationships, your financial situation, your health, your self-confidence, your, your parenting, if you've got children, like everything ripples out from you. And so investing in you is one of the best things you can invest in.
It is the best investment. I don't know if you guys heard of Alex Hormozy, but he says invest not in the S&P 500, but the SME. So like really invest in yourself, invest in your development, because you'll never out earn your learning. And so the best learning you can do is learning about yourself, because the more you learn about yourself, the more you get out of yourself and the more you have to give as well.
Yes. And so we want to chat about how the training actually works so that the person that wins knows what they're winning. So basically our course is a Evolved NLP and Timeline Therapy Practitioner Training. So you will become certified. There's 3 certifications. NLP,
actually be certified as well.
NLP Practitioner, Timeline Therapy Practitioner, and NLP Coach. There's 3 sections basically. The first section is as soon as you register for the course, you get the pre-study, which is us explaining the theory of the concepts, and so that you really understand the kind of the background of NLP, a lot of the history of it, and some of the tools that you'll be learning. The second section is the live training, and this is a 7-day immersion, and we've got 2 dates coming up. We've got one starting next week. You can dive into.
If you want to jump in,
we've
got a couple of
spare
manuals.
Course manuals, so you can totally jump in. Or we have one happening 30th of September to the 6th of October. Those are our last 2 trainings for 2024 before Paul's big 40th and he takes some leave. So we have got on the 7 days a little breakdown of what's covered. So day 1, we really spend diving into how to create rapport. Now, rapport is not about people liking you. It's about how you can create responsiveness with the unconscious mind, and how you can actually as well, like all of NLP is about helping you create a relationship between your conscious and your unconscious mind, right? And your conscious mind is the part of you that sets goals and decides what you want. Your unconscious is the part that actually does it, or not. If
the goal setter versus the goal getter.
Exactly. You'll learn about your filters and beliefs and how they actually get formed. So day 1 is real, like creating a map.
You're going to understand yourself and other people at a level you never have before. You're really going to understand why you are the way you are, why you're getting and not getting the results that you want, and exactly how that all goes together. But you'll know how to connect with other people, make them feel safe, but also ask great questions to find out maybe where they're stuck and how to shift that. And that's where day 2 starts to really shine. We start getting into the question asking, how to find the root cause of a lot of the challenges that you're stuck in and where to shift. Because a lot of there's space for everything, but a lot of coaching, counseling, etc., the surface level, you're talking about the current problem, but not the real underlying unconscious reason why you're stuck, the real belief, the real emotional trigger. And once you find that out, it's easy to shift. And when you shift it, it shifts everything.
And so the importance as well of mastering languages as well, your self-talk is the most uncritically accepted suggestion to your unconscious mind ever. And so if you understand mastering language as well, when you work with someone and you help someone let something go, if their language hasn't changed, they can actually recreate the problem again. And so in you understanding language and how it's creating your entire reality, and how all language is actually a form of suggestion and hypnosis, really mastering that helps you understand how to motivate yourself, how to take action, and how to use language for you rather than against you. A lot of people have critical inner voice and self-talk. And so by mastering language, you can start to almost like coach yourself and learn how to be in that sort of empowered space of speaking. All right, let's keep going. So day 3, you really
start
learn
changing
about
habits, shifting your associations to things, because unconsciously we have emotional associations to everything. And it's not the thing, it's the way you think about the thing. So if something's making you mad, making you sad, it's not the thing, that's the external trigger of an internal sequence. So if you change that, your habits, your behaviors change instantly. So if you want to start doing stuff or you want to stop doing stuff, we're going to teach you the tools and techniques to do that. We also shift that across to self-sabotage. A lot of people have unconscious patterns of getting a little bit of results and then going backwards, or making a little bit of progress and then cutting it back down. They might be bringing in a great relationship and then pushing it away. They might be starting to save money and then somehow create a situation where they lose it all. They might start getting the body they want and then all of a sudden fall off the bandwagon and end up on what we call Tim Tam Island and just be surrounded by all these chocolates and not know how they got there, right? Right. And so this is something that a lot of people struggle with, but you're going to learn the tools and techniques to make lifelong shifts and be able to do that as a coach. Some people do want to become coaches. A lot of people think they don't, but once they learn these tools, they realize you're always doing coaching, and everyone in your life will benefit from you having this level up. Not only we do that, we start shifting into how to clear the past, lifelong beliefs that you've had since childhood, those Ninja Turtle pajamas. We're going to actually help you to let them go and shift them so that you can actually step into the you that you want to be and the you that you need to be to get the goals and dreams, make them real. But then also letting go of trauma, childhood, negative emotional experiences, even more recent negative experiences, how they accumulate through life, but how easily and effortlessly you can let them go and look back and even laugh at those situations you used to cry about. It is so powerful and so transformative when you experience what that's like for you to let go of your biggest challenge and problem, literally in minutes, like what you've been holding on for a lifetime, have someone sit with you and help you let that go so you can think about it and it does not bother you at all. That is life-changing and transformative. And to be able to give that gift to someone else during the training and coach them through it, that just shifts what you think is possible. I'm getting goosebumps and tingles about it. I don't know if you guys can see all the hair stand. When you see someone let go of their biggest challenge and you've got to help them do that, there's nothing more rewarding on the planet. So I'm excited for you guys to experience that. Shifting anxiety, letting go of any overwhelm, all those things we cover in the training. Anxiety is a huge problem on the planet at the moment. People are on medications for anxiety, but it's an internal process that creates that emotion in the body. And when you understand that, you can notice that anxiety is a sign from your unconscious mind that you're focused on what you don't want. And once you shift that, you can use it as a turbocharging rocket fuel to actually help you to create what you want and actually use what used to be your kryptonite to be something that actually gives you power.
And then the last day is super fun, where you not only learn about how to self-motivate and you learn all about your unconscious strategies that are literally running everything. Every single thing you do is as a result of an unconscious strategy. And so you will learn like the things that you're not doing that you want to be doing, how to create and install new strategies, but also you get to do a practical coaching session and you also get to receive one as a client. And so that's really powerful. And it's really where you get to practice and put into practice all of the tools and techniques you've learned over the 7 days in a supported environment. We have support crew in all of our trainings that anytime you got a question, they jump in. When we run them online, they jump into breakthrough rooms and help you out. We have a lot of fun in our trainings as well, but a lot of transformation.
So I want to know in the chat who is looking at that and be like, yes, pick me. I want that. I want to be there.
Give it to all of
Let
you.
us know. Look, we could still dial.
This is triggering both of us because we don't like being the bad guy.
We are the worst. Like I'm like, can we just give it to everyone? But then like we obviously still need to pay for all of our stuff, and we have to pay all those things.
I'm so uncomfortable. I just want to give it to everyone, but no. But what I do believe as well is the investment. If you don't get the scholarship, I would really encourage you to think about what it would actually be worth for you investing in this and doing this. And maybe you've got some old stories. And I know for me, anytime I invested in myself, I got back 10 times, but it also sends a really clear message of your own self-worth. And sometimes it's the action of, do you know what? I'm diving into this. And even though it's a stretch or even though it's, scary or something like that, the transformation on the other side is just like so worth it. I've actually never had someone say, we've had people say it's worth 10 times more than what it is. And I've never had someone say, I wish I did this in 10 years time. No. I always have students say, and I'm going to swear, why the F? I won't totally swear. Why the F didn't I do this 5-10 years ago?
Yeah.
Because I would have saved myself so many patterns, so many blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so section 3, the last section of the course after the live immersion, as you can imagine, those 7 days, it's an intensive training, right? Because each day is building, letting go, building, letting go. So section 3 for us, our community and aftercare, so after course support is really important. You get an integration call with one of our master coaches to really help you apply what you've learned into your life, answer questions, support you after the course. We do group integration calls too. You also do swap practice coaching sessions.
A lot of people say the swap coaching session is worth the price of the course alone. Yeah. I don't know if you paid for a life coach, you paid for, counseling, therapy. It's not cheap, right? But our coaches are highly trained and you get to work with them and you'll make lifelong friends at the training and you work with buddies that will help you keep leveling up, help you keep practicing. And we've got coaches that have been working with each other for like a decade doing swap sessions. And for a lot of people, that after course, hitting the ground running, having people in your corner to cheer you on and life coach you and help you to keep letting go of anything that bubbles up, man, that is worth the price of the training alone.
Yes. And so you also get our integration course, which has video demonstrations of techniques and other coaching frameworks to draw upon. So that is the next course dates. And let's have a look. We're going to call the winner in just a moment, but do we want to talk about the offer for everyone tonight first?
Yeah. So we obviously have extended what we're giving away. We're going to give away 2 extra half price things, but we also know that we want to keep helping you evolve. If you feel like you've got info, insight, understanding today, we want to keep you on your growth journey. And we want to give you a totally no-brainer offer that we haven't announced to the public yet to help you keep evolving.
Yes. So we have, for everyone that is on tonight, if let me have a look. If you register for our NLP practitioner training, you will get a free ticket to our brand new workshop that we are running in Adelaide. That is $299. It's called Evolve Your Mind, and it is a one-day workshop. Yeah. You can do online or in Adelaide. It's normally $299, but everyone that's on tonight, you are going to get access to that workshop for $99. Or if you register for our NLP training, we are going to throw in 2 tickets. So you will get a ticket, and you can also bring a friend along for free. So that is our offer for everyone tonight. You'll get over $500 value on that. And if you do decide that, yes, I want to do the training, basically to get started with the NLP training, it's just a deposit of $497. And then we can either set up a payment plan or an invoice. You will also get a ticket to our Evolve Your Mind event. And if you did want to come to the Evolve Your Mind event, you can obviously buy that as well. So there's a little QR code on either.
And you can be anywhere in the world do that. We've had students that have been in Bali doing our trainings. We have people in Europe doing our trainings. So if you do want to be a part of that, jump in and do that.
Yes.
And so what do you want to do?
Yes, we just have a question. What is the event?
Cool. So just backpedal a sec. So this event is based on some of the concepts and ideas that we have in our book. We wanted to dive through with a group live to help you to start doing some of the things we talked about tonight. We're really passionate about helping people to let go of the past, feel empowered in the present, and create their future. So we're going to be guiding a group through activities, through learning and understandings about themselves, but also personal transformation so that you can get in touch with these things we talked about and make big shifts in your life. We'd obviously recommend to do our NLP course, which is 7 days of deep dive immersion, but not everyone can get to that. So we want to make it easy for everyone to have the experience and start getting some life-changing knowledge and experience and transformation in a one-day format where you can be anywhere in the world and have Juliet and I guide you through that.
And as a little extra nudge to those of you who do register for the NLP training, you can bring a friend along to that event for free and you will get a ticket to that event included. Yeah. So that is our little offer. If you do want to have a chat, we'll obviously send an email after as well. If you do want to have a chat to our team at all, we've just put a chat in for our calendar as well. But I think it's about time that we call the winner. Yes. What do you reckon?
I think so too.
Oh, so good luck, everyone.
So everyone grab your phone.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for being a part, and thank you for applying for the scholarship, because that in itself, even just what that would have done for you, opening yourself up to receive and to say yes, and what that, reading all of your applications. Some people wrote like total book applications.
It was crazy,
as well.
Yes.
So thank you, and thank you for sharing your worlds with us. And I would really nudge all of you, obviously to dive in and know that you'll be in such safe hands.
If you've got anything out tonight, imagine 7 days of life changing.
Right.
It is totally.
So make sure you got your phone on you.
And so stick around. We're going to do the winner now, and then we're going to give away 2 half-price training.
Yes.
As well.
And we will announce them, to people who are on.
Yes, to people that are on.
Let's call. Shall I put it on speaker?
So let us know if you're on. Yes, here we go. Oh.
Let's see.
Is your phone ringing?
I am ready to evolve.
Is that Jess?
It is. I think I'm probably going to cry.
Hello. Congratulations. We would love to offer you the scholarship. What does this mean to you?
Literally life-changing. It's something that I definitely wanted to do, and I don't even have words.
Oh, babe. Well, we were just so blown away by your application. It was just a full body yes for both of us, for you. And I know that you're going to take these skills and change your life and other people's too. So we'll stop having you on speaker. I'm getting a little emotional.
I'm actually starting to get teary. This is really cool.
I'll give you a call tomorrow, Jess, and we'll get your registration and enrollment sorted, and we can chat about if you want to do next week or if you want to do September. But just congratulations from us both.
Welcome to the team. Super excited to see you shine, superstar, and to get to know you and help you level up.
Thank you so much. This is just absolutely, I cannot believe that you've done this, and that I am the lucky recipient. It is just amazing. It is so, so, so thoughtful of you guys to be able to even offer this.
Well, the best thanks that we can possibly give you is to show up, to do your absolute best in the training, and to make your life the best possible life you can make it. Yeah, that's the best thanks you can give us.
I cannot wait.
Good.
I will show you what it really means.
We know. Oh, congratulations. All right, I'm going to hang up now.
So shout out, everyone just say congratulations to Jess, but guess what? Stick around because we're giving away 50% off trainings.
Let me have a look.
There is a lot of superstars on this list.
Okay, so you're going to choose one and I'm going to choose one.
Okay, which one are you choosing?
I'm going to choose this one.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
All right, so you're going to be on. Let's hear, we got runner up. Let's do a little drum roll. Runner up, we got a 50% off NLP for Sarah Cooper. Sarah Cooper, are you on live? Let's see. Oh,
yay!
Wow. 50% off for Sarah Cooper. Yes, she is on live. Congratulations to Sarah.
So Candy, the link, if you take a photo of the picture there for the Evolve Your Mind event,
yes,
that's the link there. Yep.
If you scan the screen, we'll also send you guys all the follow-up.
We'll send you stuff. You can scan it and you get the link to buy a ticket.
Yeah, and now Paul has to make a decision.
I'm the worst at this. I am legit the worst at picking just one because I want to give it to everyone.
When did you decide that? When
that's
useful. A limiting belief, Paul.
I have been blown away. Look, thank you all for being on and thank you all for interacting. I've loved how much love that's been going on in the chat for this. Shit.
Just trust your gut.
Belinda O'Sullivan, are you still on with us?
Belinda O'Sullivan, you have won 50% off runner-up prize if you are on. Ooh.
Is she on?
Hey! Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
And, I just want to say you're all winners because you're showing up for yourself and you're open to learning. And a lot of people, would not be here looking at growing and evolving. And I just know from my heart, like something in you, hopefully today has just shifted and expanded and created potential. We would love to see you at the 27th of July event. We would love to see you at a future training. We would love to chat to you if you've got any questions. We'll be sending obviously a follow-up email to all of you.
So I know we haven't given heaps of info of like our payment plans and stuff like that. For basically $99 a week, you can be part of our trainings, level up your life. We'd love to chat to you and get to help you if you want to keep evolving and want to know more. I recommend jump on, grab the ticket. We're going to change your life in one day. If you can make that one day event, it's going to be huge. Both of us for a whole day, helping you to get inside, make some big shifts.
And if you're in Adelaide, come along in person.
You can come in person. We're going to run it hybrid. So we're going to have in-person live in Adelaide. We're also going to be online globally because we've got students all over the world and we love helping people everywhere. So the event, there's a little QR code that says $99 today. If you want that, then use that. Juliet's just also dropped the link in the chat for anyone who wants to book a call with us that wants to know more about our NLP training, our hypnotherapy training, any way we can help you, let us know.
I might stop the share and I'll drop the link in a second. I'll just grab it and put it in
Thank you all for being on. Before you all go, I want to know what your biggest light bulb or takeaway has been from today. I know we covered a lot. We did our best to share as much as possible. I know it's only a hour-long webinar, but hopefully we've given you some insight or something that can give you a shift or give you that momentum to start taking action, to make a decision today. We'd love to keep you in our world because we know, we've got so much to share. And I know how much is inside of you that you haven't tapped into yet. And I want to see you all get the most out of yourself because you're only going to be here one time, one life. Let's make the most of it. Like what you do today ripples through reality and eternity. Let's get you on track to make your dreams a reality. I'd love to help you doing that.
Yeah. And I just want to say thank you. Stay a part of our world. And if you are feeling called and you're getting the nudge.
I'm getting off to Tam Island.
Yes. And if you're feeling the nudge, chat to us because we promise if you spend a week with us, your life will evolve and it'll be the best thing you ever did. And we know that for us, we just know that we're doing the world a disservice if we're not helping people know about it because there's so many people that are stuck and they don't have to be. So lots of love to
keep imagining me and my Ninja Turtles. I'm sorry for having to put you through that. But look, it's going to stick with you. You're going to remember that because you're probably going to bump up against a belief in your life and be like, hey man, this is outgrown. This is hand-me-down stuff. So I got handed down by my parents that I don't need to wear anymore. Yeah. So I would love to see you all let go of those things, step into what suits you now. Thank you all for being on. Keep an eye on your email inbox. We're going to be sending you some links, some of the things that we talked about today, probably sending you some more videos to watch. We'd love to help you level up. Keep evolving.
Lots of love, everyone. Being on tonight. Thank you.
Talk
and
to you
congratulations. And thank you, everyone, for all your energy and intention. Bye, everyone. See you.
Ciao.